Nobody can hear you guys but me. All right, welcome to the Real Shibes podcast. Podcast by the community, for the community, featuring the community. Today, we've got ourselves the Euj Bois. Euj Bois are going to be including Pixel Rick, Radio Doge, and Minty. And we got our newly promoted co-host King Satoshi here. So welcome everybody to the podcast.
Hello.
Hi, man.
Hey, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Euj Bois are
Woo!
going to be including Pixel.
All the way over in the huge United States of America. Wow. Wow. Amazing.
So, yeah, it's good to have you guys. So I don't think the world knows that you guys have never actually talked to each other before.
That's a lie.
That's a lie?
That's a lie.
So you lied to us.
We talked to each other today, first time. No, today. We talked today for the first time.
Oh, that doesn't count.
We wanted to test it. Yeah, it kind of does, but okay. We tested Skype today, so it's the second time. Continue, please.
We had a little tour of Doge Radio's garden this afternoon, me and Minty, and it's safe to say we were pretty overwhelmed by the onion content and the
onions.
pata uges and tomato uges. It was absolutely mind-blowing. Fair play.
3 different kinds of onions. Can you believe it?
3.
Yeah, 4 if you count leech, 5 if you count ale. So, but that's just being technical.
So just a quick disclaimer as well. Just anybody with sensitive ears, just be mindful that Doge Radio's here, and he's a gobshite. He's a gobshite. Yeah, you know, I apologize already. Sorry, guys.
Yes, this episode is rated NSFW. Thanks to these boys. We're never going to be able to rally their language, so we just succumb to that. So yeah, boys, welcome. I'm so thankful that you guys all decided to come on, and it's super cool to have 3 of you on at the same time. So let's go down. Well, before we go down the list, I think the number one question everybody's wondering is, what is a euj? How is it pronounced? And why onions? Whoever wants to take it out. Who's the first person to be into the Oi?
Probably Max is not here, so maybe Rick should take this one.
Oh my God, you can't put this on me.
Is there a hierarchy?
There's no hierarchy.
There's a whole government, man.
If you want, I'll explain, because as everybody knows, Rick is from Wales, so he doesn't even know how to pronounce "ay" properly. No, huge. That's what Donald Trump says. No, "ay." But okay, let's
so you're
go.
telling me it's not pronounced huge? Unbelievably, oi.
Yeah, that's really what makes it funny. It's pronounced "ay," and everybody says "huge."
So tell us what it's all about, man. Tell us, because I haven't got a fucking clue.
Well, basically, it's a word we use in the Netherlands and in Belgium to say, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, hi, good morning, GM. Hey." That's it. Hey.
So
Dutch word.
it's pronounced and it means the same thing as what it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. But "ay," when you pronounce it like you write it, then it becomes an whole different word. And an "ay" is an onion in Dutch. And that's why we thought it was funny to start saying "ay" to everybody and just use the emoticon from an onion.
So, oi always meant onion. Oi always meant onion in Dutch. Or is it the letters that spell it and you pronounce it differently in Dutch?
Yeah, it's more like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you say it in Dutch? I'm just gonna take a bite of it.
What's on your sandwich?
An onion is and when you add the G, it's Euj. But phonetically, it's correct to say Euj. So that's why we, it's a little mindfuck, but it's funny. And it works. It seems to work. We got a community now, so it's perfect.
So how did the community come together
huge
over
work.
onions? Why does anybody give a fuck about onions?
Well, first it was a greeting, and then we started to make. When the last big dip, when crypto started going red, like 30-40% of the time. I don't know, January or something like that, when the Ukraine war started. We just used Euj to keep the memes going and to have some fun, to keep it weird. And we started the Euj memes with, I think, Max, me, and Dogecoin Netherlands. And because we were already talking with the European chiefs, it pretty much turned into an Euj fest pretty quick. So I think that's the story.
It has definitely evolved a little bit more now. Like, so translated into Welsh, it is Euj. And yeah, for sure.
I love it.
Yeah. We've sort of said that, growing your own veg, it's definitely to combat inflation. I've got at least three tomatoes on the go, maybe a single strawberry on the go. So I've totally combated inflation single-handedly. That's what I had for breakfast this morning. So, I've saved myself a few quid. That's dollars in, US. And yeah, it's all about positivity, inclusivity, just everybody getting together, having a good time, maybe growing some veg, getting your hands in the soil. And just, it's no different to Dogecoin. There's no separate community. Like I said, everyone is welcome. It's just a bit of an absurd spin on, what we're on about, basically.
So let me get this right. So everybody always says touch grass, but you're telling us to touch soil. So this is another huge American. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, touch grass. What are you going to do with grass? Maybe feed some sheep? I don't know.
Smoke it.
What about the people here who don't have grass? I'm in the high desert, so I can touch weeds. It doesn't feel good on my feet.
I'm on my way to the desert, but I honestly contemplated buying a goat just so I could combat inflation, not having to pay my landscaper.
As a landscaper, I take offense. No, really. I have 5 goats, so I don't take offense. It's a joke.
What you can do, Jimmy, is buy a grow bag and fill it with soil, and then grow potatoes in there.
No, I think he just needs to examine what type of soil he has, and then maybe grow some cactus figs or something like that. I don't know.
We don't actually grow cactus out here, just pine trees. And I need a greenhouse if I want to do that. But we do want to do that. Which goes on to, you guys are talking about a new challenge, which is grow your own garden, start your own commune challenge. That's a good reach.
Let's fucking grow.
I feel like that's easier said than done. The soil we have out here is Miracle Grow.
I am quite a special human being, to be fair, and I am able to grow several tomatoes and strawberries and peppers.
He's magnificent. It's true.
I think anybody is able to do this. I don't think it's a particularly complex task to grow your own fruit and veg. It is bit of compost, bit of water. As long as you've got running water and some soil, jobs are good. And there must be various establishments where you can buy some compost around you, Jimmy. So, anybody is able to achieve this.
Or make your own.
Yeah, man, stop giving that poop to the city for free.
I actually bury my dog's poop in the backyard.
Not your dog's poop, your poop, man.
Oh, my poop.
That's a really good.
Well, no, I just leave that out.
That's a really good.
That's a good solution. So if you have a a dog that likes to dig holes in the backyard. That's how you solve that problem.
Yeah, they won't dig because they smell their own shit and they don't want to dig in there anymore. They're like, been here, done that.
This conversation has taken a tangent, hasn't it?
We already knew that. So we're going into this.
We're talking about Doge shit already.
And shit coins and shit tokens.
Damn.
So tell me about the charity aspect. Obviously, this was oriented into charities pretty early on. How did that part come about? Was that like first, or was the Euj first, and then it evolved into charities?
We are struggling on a charity front. I've contacted several European and international food bank companies asking if we can directly donate crypto to them. And so far it's been fairly skeptical. I'm currently in conversations with the World Food Bank, I think it is, the organization. And they're a little bit more responsive as to, where this is going to go. But they're quite hesitant to adopt cryptocurrency as the form of donation. So, I'm still on the hunt. If anybody in the community can reach out and just let me know that if there's anybody that wants some help with it, we're totally up for donating some lovely Doge coins towards them. Even like my Doge CTO from the My Doge app, he's even said like they can have a plus Euj tip on there, and that will donate directly to a charity. So any help would be greatly received.
I think that's a good one to start. Like the World Food Bank is right. You're being inclusive of everybody. It's not anywhere directly in a specific area. It's everybody, right? So I think it's a good place to start.
I'm guessing just my emailing technique is not working with them.
Say, hey, can't take my dog money.
Hey, Dan. Daniel. No, Dennert. No. What's the...
Go by
Denise?
there's name tags on the stream,
Denise.
so...
Denise? No. What was his name again?
The nephew.
What?
Donald. Fuck. Yeah. Rick. Hey, Rick. Why don't you just ask them if you can send them a bag of your tomatoes?
Because they're not ready yet.
Fuck.
If you need some dog shit, I can help you fertilize those bad boys.
No, I've got enough dog shit of my own.
Would they take direct food donation?
Probably not. Most places don't do that kind of stuff.
So, I basically approached them saying, I do want to cut out the middleman here. I want to donate directly to you using a cryptocurrency. And they've sort of come back and said, yeah, we're a little bit hesitant of cryptocurrencies thus far. But, if you can figure out a method of donating fiat over, then, we'll accept that. And as positive as that is, they are on board. They are happy to receive our money. I don't want to act as a middleman here, exchanging onion money for fiat money and then passing it on to a charity. That isn't the end game here. It is literally to donate, ideally Dogecoin, to them so they can, sell it. As long as somebody's getting some beneficial help from this, then that'll be a positive thing. Then something come out of the Euj campaign.
Imagine it's complicated clerically as well to take a cryptocurrency that's worth a certain fiat at the time of intake, and then if that changes after the fact, and then all sorts of weird implications.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, there's already tax implications in accepting it for business, right? And you keep it on your platform, and then you say, this is how much it was worth at the moment that I took it, just like an exchange rate, like taking pounds versus dollars or whatever. But for charities and nonprofits, it's probably even trickier because they have so much tax implications to go with that. So
in Belgium, in Europe, you also have some tax deductions when you give money to charity. So I think it's a two-way street that's probably not figured out yet.
yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Right. And that's kind of the struggle even business owners do when they take Doge. Everybody's like, oh, well, they're converting it to fiat right away. And it's like, well, they have to get the exact value, right? Because if they run that risk, right? Or chargebacks happen, so there's probably legal things, and they're probably talking to their accountants on, what's this look like, right? And that's probably where they're at is, all right, what does it look like? And how can we do this? How can we accept it? And maybe it just takes somebody like, Billy or, Misha Bohr or somebody just to kind of help guide them in that right direction, because what you're trying to do for that charity is really unique, right? You're trying to set up an emoji and a Twitter tip command that goes straight to them. Like, who wouldn't want to be a part of something like that, right? So if we can get it verified on both ends, and we know where that money is going, we know it's going to a good place, and everybody is good and can maybe get some of that tax guidance and that legal guidance, we'd probably be in a good spot.
It'll happen eventually. Everything takes time. All good things take time, and it will happen. I am positive that it will. But yeah, for the time being, I think it's just Jimmy and Slick Rick eating onions for our benefit.
Yeah, so that was going to be my other question. So is the challenge you eat an onion or donate to charity, or is it or? It's or. Okay, because I've seen a lot of people eat the onion so far. Everyone who's been nominated. And is it because there hasn't been a targeted charity, or are people just doing both because we're all good? Everybody's sinless in this community anyway. So,
So far, like the donations have gone towards Dogecoin core devs, Dogecoin holding, or the charity of your choice. Just something helpful to the community. That's essentially where it's gone so far. And there's been quite a substantial sum of Dogecoin that's been exchanged in this. So I'm pretty proud of our community for just getting on board and doing something that's absolutely absurd. Like it's stupid. Like there's no, it doesn't mean anything to eat an onion, but people are doing it just for shits and giggles. And I love that. And yeah, thanks guys. All
very few people will understand how stupid it is. More than me, you know what I mean? Like for me, it's like I've had a complex with eating onions my entire life. I'll eat them in a soup, if it's cooked, but I won't eat them on a burger. I won't eat them, if I can taste it, I can bite it or feel that crunch. Like it's almost a guaranteed I'm throwing up. So I don't know where Jimmy's trying to take this, but
we'll see. We'll see. Just keep your palate open, young man.
It's gonna be spicy.
So Pixel, do you have like an idea of how much has been raised so far? And you said most of it's gone on the foundation, or I mean the dev tip wallet.
Yeah, it's gone on core devs. I don't think much has been sent to the foundation. But yeah, I sent quite a few hundred Doge over to Dogecoin folding. No, I haven't got a figure. Basically, I haven't got a figure.
But it's quite a bit.
It's enough. It's a substantial sum. Yeah,
that's good. Who's the one who came up with the bite chomp of death?
That Belgian knobhead radio.
I disagree.
What inspired it? What inspired it? You just wanted to torture everybody?
No. It's healthy. It's good for your immune system, so it's healthy.
Most people on your side of the pond believe in biting into a garlic. So, as far as health,
keeps the vampires away, man.
Vampires. Yeah, that's for vampires.
Same family, though.
No, the onion thing. So Russia
wives
this winter, and I was thinking, okay, food prices will go up. I will grow my garden, and I will make sure I have enough food left this winter. So I was thinking, what should I grow that keeps very long? And I was thinking, okay, potatoes, onions, and I was about the time when the raw Euj challenge started. I think I might have just planted some onions. I had some in my kitchen, and I thought, let's keep it weird. How can we keep it weird? How can we get the community to do some stupid stuff for no apparent reason? Let's just make them eat raw onions. How about that? And I just made a video, sent it to Dan, and he said, we gotta fucking do this. This is awesome. We gotta make sure everybody in the community eats a fucking onion. Just for shits and giggles, but also it would help them to understand that, okay, food prices will go up, but you can fight that shit. You can just grow it in your own garden. You can make sure that you and your family and your friends have some food this winter. That's it. That's the entire story.
That's
I
good.
think Fierce Skit even smoked one in the bong as well, which was, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
That sounds not as healthy.
He's
I don't
fine.
know.
He's still high like 6 months later.
Still alive.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna step away to the restroom real quick, so if you need me.
all
be
right,
right
go
back.
for it. This is a good time. So I'll tell you what. I'm
Oh,
gonna share my video because I got nominated by one of you mofo's, and I have a raw onion right here. So
Yeah.
Jimmy. Jimmy.
You've got to
here
keep
it
the
is.
vampires away. Onion's
my
gonna
God.
keep your wife away.
And it's a big one.
your
Yeah.
all your videos are being shared. You guys are cool with that, right? You've already done the onion challenge. So
Yep, we're doxed.
we're doxed. I don't know how old this bad boy is. I'm not going.
Count the layers.
I'm
Count the
not
layers. That's how
count
many
the
years
layers.
it is.
How many? How old is this?
Probably 14 years old or something like that.
It's as old as my mother.
What the fuck?
I'm not going worker bee's psychopath version where he eats the skin. I'm not about that. Someone peel the skin off.
Yeah, that was some savage shit.
Yeah, it was very savage. What was more savage was how straight his face was.
He's fine.
Yeah.
He's a real man.
All right. Huge challenge.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Do it. Do it. You can do it.
Oh, that bite.
Max,
Crunch, crunch,
where's
crunch,
my
crunch,
cloak?
crunch,
This is
crunch,
not as bad
crunch.
as I thought it would be.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good for the dental health. It's good for your breath. Like the wife, Jimmy, will love it.
There's the bite. There's the bitter bite. That's why everyone's camera stops. Is right about this point is when they turn off the camera because it's burning my nasal and it's probably
It's
gonna
gonna
burn my
burn the
butthole.
monkeypox right off your blood cells, man.
Oh, perfect.
You
COVID.
can see I was literally looking over to make sure I had a pan next to me.
Yeah, that's got a little kick to it.
Yep.
Is that yellow onion?
Spirit.
Yeah, I think that was yellow.
I think so. Yeah, I bit a radio onion.
Did you just bite my head off?
Yeah, that's the bite coming out of your head.
Damn.
So, all right. So, what's my job now? I'm not off the hook on a charity. I'm gonna do a charity. What should I do?
I think you should nominate Slick Rick to eat one.
Oh, he's already nominated in my heart.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
And where's
man.
Queen in all this? She's hungry for onions.
You know what? That's a good question. She went to the store and only bought one onion.
Well, we've only got so many times for us. We've only got so much time on this podcast to be chomping on onions this whole time. So let's save her for another day. But I want to donate. So what? Oh man, that's got a little
Hell
bite.
yeah. The next 4 days, man. The next 4 days.
Yeah,
Drink some
thank you.
tequila. That will help.
Oh, definitely. What charity should I go for?
The core dev seems like a safe option.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
they take the money, so
You know my people. They accept Doge.
Yeah. So Slick is a fan of Alex's Lemonade Stand. That's a near and dear. That's a local one here in the U.S. I'm sure they're global now because they've gotten so big. But it's a kids cancer one, and they accept Doge, so maybe I'll do that one.
hell yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll do the bite and the charity because
Nice.
I'm better than everybody else. And then
Awesome.
and I'm gonna. That was not me, by the way. That was Minty that belched. So I'm gonna
That was
nominate.
fucking legend, but
I'm gonna
came out
nominate
bad.
Slick next. Let's
I'm
watch
opening a
this
beer
one.
for a chaser.
Do you think that was like the first onion to be eaten on a podcast ever?
It was the first
Probably.
onion I've ever taken a bite out of.
Guys, this is
You brave man.
Yep.
guys. I have a serious problem with onions. So like I got a pan. I got a yellow onion. This is a yellow onion. I'm gonna take a bite out of this, and I'm probably gonna throw up. So you're gonna need to give me maybe a minute or two to regroup, maybe chug a half a beer, whatever. But I'm gonna need it. So
Slick,
Just
you're like,
to yourself.
Are you going skin on?
I took Queen. Actually, you know what, Queen? There's two. This is a big enough onion. I could bite one side. You could bite the other.
I'm not doing that, but it's a sweet one. So
It is a sweet onion. But would you ask me, Jimmy? Sorry.
Are you
My
peeling
ADD
it, or are you
kicked in?
going for skin? I mean, it makes no difference for you because you're puking either way.
Probably, but the funny thing is, I puked already 4 times today just thinking about it. I don't know if it was the McDonald's breakfast and I got hit with some poisoning there, some food poisoning.
Yeah, right. Food poisoning.
It was right at the time that Queen was picking up his onion at the grocery store. So
genuinely,
yeah.
you
All
are
right,
69.
Slick, let's see you put that sweet onion deep in your mouth. I want
I'm
to see you
shaking.
chomp it real
Just
good.
breathe. Just breathe.
Big bite
I can
now.
smell it.
Take it all in.
Godspeed.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
Oh, he's going to get rocked.
I'll try again.
Oh.
Guys, I can't do it. I can't. My body will not allow me to stomach this thing. If I didn't puke four times already today, I would already have puked.
You have to swallow. It doesn't count.
Just spit it up and snort it with your nose. Just use your nose, man.
Oh.
Come on
Can
now.
Oh.
The listeners see this, Jimmy.
Enjoy that crunch, young man. Oh.
Right, this is like Fear Factor eats common vegetables edition.
I don't have anything to puke up, guys. I already puked up my breakfast. Thinking about it.
Hey, Jimmy, can you put the video on the big screen?
I hope
Oh,
I
yeah,
get my onion crown.
It's
Whoever
on the
made that
big
onion
screen.
crown,
You could do it, Slick. I believe in
I
you.
can't. There's no way I can stomach this. My body won't let me do it, guys. It's the same thing with lettuce.
Oh, legend.
Still fighting for
Big
it.
legend.
What a
Whoever
good
made that king crown, I'm gonna put it on my profile picture for sure. Onion king crown. Oh, I'll try again.
you are such
Wow. This podcast really went downhill, Jimmy.
You're gonna make us go viral, man. What are you doing?
I can taste the breath. It's nasty.
I was not expecting hearing every bowel gurgle.
Oh, fucking.
Oh my
That was a good
gosh.
attempt.
All right, let's give this poor man a break. I'm taking him off the screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good
I'll
lord, that
put
was
another fight,
hilarious.
in my life.
Oh, that was funny. All right.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
I just love that he committed
For
to
the
like
crown.
5 bites.
I did it for the onion crown. Whoever made that, I don't know who made it.
It's
Thank
yours.
you. Thank you.
It's yours.
Oh
You-
man,
You're very worthy of that.
that's absolutely epic. Oh, dude, thank you.
Just for just so you know, that is why we did the raw onion challenge, because it's fucking stupid and funny, and we've got Slick Rick puking his guts up on live screen. Brilliant.
Yeah, make sure to dump out that bucket, buddy. You don't have to sit next to that for the rest of the episode.
All right, give me a minute.
Oh my god. All right.
You-
While
you-
he's While he's puking out of every orifice. Let's I want to go down the list. Why don't you guys tell me about yourselves? We got Pixel, Minty, and Radio in that order. Just tell me about yourself, starting with 1, when you got into Doge, 2, why you got into Doge, and then just tell me a little bit, tell the audience a little bit about yourself personally, what you're into, you know, what kind of murderer you are, all that fun stuff. So let's start with you, Pixel.
Oh shit. So, I've been in this space for, I don't know, just over a year now on Twitter. I invested in April last year after a little tip-off from a friend. So I purely focused, went all in on it, and promptly lost quite a substantial amount of money. And that substantial amount of money has continued to crash and crash and crash. Yet I'm still here, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you lose any money, though? I mean, 1 Doge is still 1 Doge, right?
That's it, isn't it? So as soon as like shit hit the fan, I started doing my research. You know, I purely thought I'd been rugged straight away. But yeah, I started on Reddit. I've read lots of threads and lots of people, and you know, I'd seen that it'd been going around since about 2013, and I was like, okay, so this isn't so bad. And it did. So it was pretty bad. But yeah, it's been fine. So as soon as I did like my own research, learned about Dogecoin, learned about the sort of technology behind it, I still haven't got any fucking clue what blockchain is. Like I'm a bit technophobe, but it's okay. Like I sort of invested my time in the community, like made quite a few friends. Initially, it was Salty and Radio that sort of got me in. They introduced me to quite a few people, like Max, and now we've got like Deepak on board. We've got Minty and Old Boy, and oh god, there's too many people to list. And yeah, I just love it. It literally helps my special brain just being amongst like-minded Shibes. I started sort of building some memes and creating that sort of thing, and it's just a lot of fun being around here. Like I said, there's lots of like-minded people, all with a similar sort of understanding, and I don't know, I just love Doge. So I'm still here at a massive loss.
So take away the blockchain aspect. Obviously, you're still learning that side. The draw was the community.
The draw was fully the community.
Did you meet these boys on Reddit or Twitter?
All Twitter. Like I was on Reddit for a couple of months before I signed up to Twitter, and yeah, I'd post quite a few memes, get lots of likes, lots of upvotes and things like that. And I was like, oh god, this space is really, really strange, but I quite like it. It's quite addictive. So I hopped onto Twitter, which was the first time I'd ever really been on Twitter, and started posting the same crap, the same absurd, stupid memes. Sort of found a liking to Elon Musk as well. So like he's in like the circle of people that are generating shit posts about. And I don't know, like as I've sort of explained it, like I lost my mom a couple of months ago, and like the lowest and darkest time of my life, I was on crypto Twitter or Dogecoin Twitter, just making memes. And as stupid as that must sound to a lot of people, honestly, just like a total different mindset, just being out of the horrendous situation that my life was at that point, just being distracted by positivity and, you know, we are going to make it, and just making stupid memes and just talking at a very, very human level to just the boys that are even in this chat. It was really, I don't know, a beautiful thing, to be totally honest. And I honestly love this space. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not planning to sell my Dogecoin, even if I am like 200% down. I am totally like buying the dip, whatever that means. And I don't know. It's just a nice space, isn't it?
It's funny you say that, because like there's people like if you're gonna invest in something, you know, like people are so quick to jump to the short term, you know, the beauties of the short term game, right? And you know, they can get wrecked, right? But to be invested doesn't mean if you buy top, it doesn't matter, right? Right now is the perfect time to fix that, right? But you're vested, and you know, the community is what got me too, you know, just finding like-minded people, like running into Jimmy, you know, because life, you know.
I totally came here to make some money. There's no shadow of a doubt about it. You know, my friend was, I think he put £100 in and came out with a couple of £1,000, and I was like, that sounds amazing. That's just need right now. And yeah, that, you know, bit of money that I invested literally just dissipated like that. Overnight. But I don't know, like I'm not a wealthy human being, but at the same time, like it really helped, like the mental health aspect of it. Just chatting. I'm like a really, really busy human being. I'm a photographer, as I'm sure a lot of people in the community know. I work every single weekend. I'm pretty much flat out all week, and if I'm not busy shooting, I'm editing, so I don't have a huge amount of time to have an actual social life and, you know, go to the pub and go clubbing and do what normal sort of mid-30-year-olds do. So what I'm stuck with is social media, unfortunately. So I've quit Instagram, I've quit Facebook. Whilst they're there for my business, I'm not on them. But what I did find was an absolute love for Twitter, and it's just somewhere where I can vent and just talk absolute bollocks constantly, and just meeting lovely human beings from all over the world. Like, you know, it's like people like Celeste and Vara, and you know, the European Shibes.
Don't forget Deepak.
Deepak's asked us.
Deepak.
A Deepak or Deepapa has asked us to mention him several times because he feels massively important to the society, to the community, which he is, obviously.
He is.
And yeah, I don't know. It's just a wholesome place to be. I'm really glad I'm here. I'm really glad I'm still here. My wife doesn't understand it in the slightest. Just saw, you know, a lovely holiday just disappear overnight.
All right, I got a question. Because I was thinking about this today, and I didn't know when, how to ask it. But this is perfect for all of us guys out there, right? That have girlfriends. It's actually National Girlfriends Day today. So for the very few people here on social media that can celebrate that, we can all celebrate that. But I was talking about, for all the guys, like, this coming onto a podcast like this and give you something to be like, hey, see, like, I look at everything I've been doing is working. And like, I'm on here. See this little puppet? This is us right now. And it's like, I was thinking about like what that's like, you know, like from that perspective.
You don't talk about it.
Is it working? Had a human being puke on.
Yeah.
Babe, look at this. This is awesome.
That's what we've been doing.
We've got Minty like belching in the background. Doge Radio, you know, I don't even understand him. He's only over the water from me. I have not a clue what he's saying.
Do you talk to your significant others about Doge, or is this kind of like a semi-private life? That's how it is for me. My wife just doesn't care.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's so important to speak to your partner about, you know, where you're putting your money, things like that. You know, I really do fully believe in this project. I'm blown away by devs and like how they work. You know, I don't understand coding whatsoever. Like I said, I don't understand blockchain. So, you know, I don't have a hope in hell of actually understanding what the hell all this is about. But having read into the project, and fucking hell, we've got Elon Musk on our side. So we'll be okay. We're gonna make it, guys.
Walk me.
So, Minty, how about you? When did you get in, and what kept you around? And tell us a little bit about yourself if you can.
Sure. I'm like terminally online. That's pretty much all I do in my waking time. So I was cruising around. I'd heard about Bitcoin before, and I missed the boat on that a few times. I had a friend of mine that would tell me every like bump, it's like, oh, it's at 10 cents now, it's at $1 now, and I'm like, this piece of crap is. If it's at the peak now, why am I gonna put money in there, man? So anyway, Cut to December 2013. I was cruising around on 4chan on the technology board and
Uh-oh.
on the technology board, and they were talking about crypto and talking about Dogecoin, and I was like, oh, that's a cute meme from Reddit that I've seen before. So I had a look around there, I had a read, and then 4chan quickly like changed gears to some other crap, Gala Coin, or there was one called Kanye Coin, which got sued by Kanye West and had to be called Gay Fish Coin. But I got stuck on Dogecoin, so I jumped ship to the Reddit, and it was just like a hive of ridiculous stupidity and like a really good energy. So I was stuck around there for a while. There was like some fun things that happened, some cool history that happened. They sponsored the Jamaican bobsled team in Sochi, and
yeah, man.
you got to feel like you're a part of something, like from the ground level. And then it sort of died for me for a while, for like 2015, 2016, 2017. There was a bump again when all the crypto came back, and I sort of made a meme or two. I made that little spaceman that's everywhere, that Doge with the rockets in the background. I threw that on Reddit once, and then took another break for a few years, and then joined up with Twitter end of last year, and I've just been pumping out the memes since.
I didn't think.
And I stick around because it's like
2 and 2 together that you made the spaceman meme. I mean, it's obviously your style. So in retrospect, it's like I think I always knew deep down.
I think that's also why I joined Twitter, because this shit was everywhere. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Hi, I'm the guy. But I stuck around because it's like I don't care about the price really. I know how the old technology works, but it's not really my focus. I'm more focused on like the fun and stupid stuff. Like my ethos about living is to use my time to lift up other people, and the way I can do that is being stupid, making them laugh.
Amen.
That's a good one. So, how about yourself? Like, what do you like to do for fun besides play Elden Ring? Obviously, your puppet is the Elden Lord.
Yeah. I used to be really into gaming. I used to be into like competitive first-person shooting gaming. Then I switched to like role-playing games like Skyrim and The Witcher. Those are my favorites so far. And then recently it's just been about doing art, getting better at art. I've put in like so much more hours in art than like the last 10 years combined. The output for Dogecoin has been insane. Just shit posting on Twitter. I was telling Rick like a few hours ago, Dogecoin is really good because it's like an excuse for us, like anyone over the age of 25 to like 40, to hang out with other people and meet new people. Because like we don't really have an excuse to make new friends besides like maybe a work environment or something. Yeah. And it's like preschool for adults. We get to like play with our friends.
Yeah, that's a good point. When did
But yeah, what I do for fun is just art, pretty much art and hang out with my cats.
The art stuff? And obviously you've been doing it for a while, and you're really talented. Like you're like top tier as far. I'm not sucking up, but I'm being honest here.
Oh, suck me.
Yeah.
So Minty, tell me more about your art.
We got a queen laugh, guys. Queen laugh.
I've always been like quite asocial since I was a kid, and really insular and preferring my own company. So I had to like entertain myself, and I was always like had like a predilection towards artwork and doing stuff. So that's pretty much like in lieu of a social life. I've just been drawing and learning Photoshop and all that stuff. So yeah,
that's a common thread for memers in the community.
Yeah,
especially because everyone is so talented, and it's like, where did this talent come from? Come on, you haven't been doing this. You didn't just like pick up a pen and start being funny and.
What other deficits do you have in your life that are making this good?
Yeah. What kind of trauma? What kind of trauma did you share with when your dad went out to go buy cigarettes like mine?
My RPG stats is like intelligence 0, charisma 0, strength 0, Photoshop. It's like Stack Overflow.
That's awesome.
I do have a little story about that as well. So I sent over one of my wedding galleries to Minty just a couple of nights ago, and I was just like, what do you think to these? And then within like an hour, it came back like this octopus emerging from a swimming pool, grabbing the couple, like dragging them back in, just out of the blue. Right? He's just such an incredible artist, and so a very, very amazing sheep. Like, if you don't follow Minty, you're nothing.
Yeah.
Dan's trying to get me to edit his photos.
Did you ever get
Guys-
into Photoshop battles, Minty?
Yeah, on
Reddit?
on 4chan, like
4chan has them too, I assume. Yeah.
Yeah, like 2010ish, there was on the artboard there was a lot of like remixing competitions and stuff. That's where I learned like a lot of like this, like what I do, kind of like the little tips and tricks, and you have to be really quick on those threads as well because like they're filling up quick.
Yeah.
And then
maybe one day we can have a competition between you, MrDoge, and Worker Bee in
Sure.
terms of fastest meme.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Fastest meme in the
whoa,
West.
whoa, 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 whoa. Can I get in on that?
Hell yeah.
Whoa!
I almost did a diss, but I'm gonna be nice because he's just got promoted to co-host. All right, so Radio, you're up next. What got you into Doge? What kept you around? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Right. So what got me into Doge was basically Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think it was 2020, somewhere November, December. It's just the start of the bull run. And a friend of mine was really doing great with his Bitcoins. So I thought I've been ignoring this shit for far too long now. I once bought a Bitcoin for a guy for his wedding, and it was $200. So if I bought some back then probably would have been rich by now. I don't know. Yeah, so started out with Bitcoin or Boomer Coin or a shit coin, call it. And I just bought some small Satoshis at the time because, when you have a credit card, you can only spend so much at a time. So I had to call my bank and say, I want to buy more, maybe just increase the limit. And then I had to sign a form, so I didn't. So I kept on buying small stacks. So I basically just bought, I don't know how much it was in total. That's not really important. But at one point, I decided I should sell my Ethereum. I sold all of it. I just bought the little Doge with it. And then I think it was January, February when Elon Musk started to tweet about Dogecoin. And it went parabolic, like 50, 60%. I can't remember the exact amount, but it went parabolic. So I sold a lot of other crypto, and I bought a whole bag of Doge. How do you pronounce it? Doge?
Dog e-coins.
Dog e-coins. Okay, dog
Yeah.
coins. So basically, I just into the FOMO into the FOMO of February 2001, and then I spent the next 3 months thinking, "Oh my fucking god, what did I do? This is a rug pull because I lost a lot of money." And I think I did exactly the same thing Dan did, but then the difference was the real bull run had to start. And I think when Saturday Night Live came along, a couple of weeks before, and I was watching my phone day and night, thinking, "What the fuck is happening? This can't be happening. Oh my god, I'm going to be fucking rich." But even the day before Saturday Night Live, I think I just sent all my Dogecoin to the exchange. I was thinking, I should sell. And then I feel like a jerk, feel like an asshole. I didn't want to sell. And then I took the whole ride down again. So from top to bottom.
you and me both.
But the difference is I bought basically the bottom and went all the way up and all the way down, and you bought the top and went down.
No.
I don't regret it.
No, I the same thing. So like when you're talking about the Saturday Night Live pumps and all that stuff, I mean, we were getting a lot of stimmy checks at that time. And what I saw was its potential. Like, hey, from a world perspective, we're only at what, 1% adoption rate. So I saw it from a world perspective, it's like, okay, we can get to 75 cents. Then all of a sudden everything drops back down. And I'm like, okay, here I am in the same boat. I got in, in March, and, I'm still up positive, but we're in a situation now. And it's like, well, what happens when we're at 3% adoption, 5% adoption? Right?
Yeah, true.
When more people, right? So I was like, okay, this is good marketing, right? Like, it's great marketing, sweet, but it wasn't sustainable because our economy wasn't sustainable long term at that point. So I feel a lot what you say there, because I rode that all the way down. So now I just need to know. I need to know how much I need to hold and how much I need to save and how much more I need to put in. That's all I know now.
So
yeah.
Radio, what you'd mentioned obviously kind of flipping your own portfolio over a lot to Doge. What made you think like, I'm moving out of Bitcoin and Ethereum and I'm picking up a big bag here?
Because
to sell your Ethereum, that's interesting to me.
Yeah, I sold my Ethereum because it already did go. It tripled or it quadrupled in value, and I was thinking this can't keep going up. And I was looking around. I already had a small bag of Dogecoin. I think maybe 90k Doge, something like that. Back in those days that was a small bag, but then it exploded. So I thought it was already 4 times its value than what I put in. So I think it would be safe to say use it as a hedge to sell and to buy something else that's cheap and that might go up.
Okay.
That was basically me trying to earn some money quick, because I was not really interested in community or its values or whatever. But then those 3 months after February 2020, when it kind of dumped a little, and it was flat for 3 months, and then I started to do my research, like Dan said. When you lose money, you start to do research. So I did my research, and I saw the memes, and I saw the community, and I saw the potential. I was thinking, hey, okay, maybe just put the time span on it. Let's say 5 years. In 5 years, I could sell. Or in 5 years, Dogecoin could be accepted as a currency. Who knows? Just sometimes the best to do is do nothing.
Yep. It's funny you say that, because I've worked in the wealth management space for 5 years, and then I got out of it because of some health reasons, and being a 1099 employee, and the cost of my health insurance was so high. So I got out of it, and I spent 5 years in the payment space. So that's when I really learned, all right, what are businesses paying to take credit cards and take debit cards? And so I saw the utility, and I saw, like, wait a second, this is a viable solution in the long term. So that's referencing the pumps and stuff. I was like, wait a second, I'm going to stick this thing out like 30 years, 40 years, because you fall in love with the people, and you find people that you like that you can relate with, and you're along for the ride with, and that kind of gives you hope. I don't know if that hits anything, but
well, for me, I started to do my research during my first small dip, and that was actually the only time I was in the red, because during the recent big dip, I always kept hitting my buy-in price. So I never really was longer than 1 day in the red. And then I started to do my research, but I did it on Reddit. And I thought maybe I should go to Twitter so that I have a faster source of information. And I started to follow some of the Twitter influencers, Dogecoin influencers, and some of the smaller accounts.
Who's your
And I
favorite?
thought it was interesting.
Just kidding. You don't have to answer that.
Salty. Probably salty.
Salty?
Yes.
We don't
Yes.
talk about
Oh,
him.
yes.
That man's the
Not an
devil.
influencer, but he's my favorite Twitter account. Yeah, it's lots of fun.
Me too.
But this the first question Twitter asked when you want to make an account. I already had an account from I think 12, 13 years ago, my private account, which I basically don't use. So the question was, what's your username? And I was thinking, yeah, it got to be something Dogecoin related. What do I like? Music, man. I listen to a lot of music. I'm a gardener, so I listen to music 8 to 10 hours a day. And I thought, yeah, I should probably just make some playlists and that somehow relate to crypto and Dogecoin. And now we're here, and I have a playlist, I think 33 hours or maybe 34 hours. And it's all songs related somehow to Dogecoin or crypto or money. So I'm not really into computers because I'm a gardener. I know how to send an email. But my thing was, I want to be part of this community. How can I be part of this community? Yeah, my input was just make a fucking mixtape and just share it with people, and maybe people will like it and they will play it while they're working. And that was pretty much, my abilities and my first addition to the community, I would say.
Little did you know you were going to have everyone biting an onion in short time.
Yeah. Oh my
You
god.
know what's funny though?
Social media.
I remember one of your first posts. The first post, I think you were offering 69 Doge for just what songs. You were asking people from the community what songs they wanted to hear, or, on that station. And I remember giving you one, and you tipped me 69. It might even have been more than that. I think you might even have tipped me 420 Doge. I can't remember, but
probably.
yeah. But I thought that was really cool. So there's a couple of my songs that are in that playlist. So
yeah, but I mean, 33 or 34 hours long of music. So pretty much every song you can think of that's related to crypto or money is going to be in.
Mm-hmm.
What's that old old radio app that came out when Facebook was out? We all used
Napster?
No, the one that was just radio. It was just radio, and you had to tune into No, it wasn't LimeWire. Oh man,
I have no fucking clue.
WinRAR. It was like WinRare or like the zip package, but it had a name like that.
WinZip.
No, WinZip is a zip one.
All right. I'll be right back.
I don't recall.
I believe it was called a zip disk.
Yeah, he's probably gonna go throw up again.
Was it Lost FM, Jimmy?
All right. So, what made you guys? Now that you guys have introduced yourself, how did you guys come across us? Obviously, it was Salty from what I'm hearing. And what made you want to show up on this show?
I think it might have been my influence. I absolutely loved how you humanize Salty. I've always seen him as this really nice dude who's talked to me from day one since I came into the community. Maybe not day one, maybe day 10 in a community. He introduced himself, I introduced myself, just chatted the shit, and I just thought, actually, he's a really genuinely lovely guy. Obviously, he has his own sort of ways of addressing influencers and shilling people, but I just thought he's such a cool guy, and an absolute asset to the Dogecoin community. I hope one day more people will see, because I'm just a normal dude who goes about my life, and I think this really salty mofo is a genuinely nice guy. His approach to some people is full on. It's not the way I would go about arguing or addressing with people, but his heart is genuinely in the right place, and he does love this community. He just has of showing it. But when it comes to influencers, he's pretty on point and influencers. Like he addresses them how they need to be addressed. Unfortunately,
There's
not.
different types of onions for different types of meals, right? And there's different. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like
Depends on
Insulty
what
to
you're
be
cooking.
like Dogecoin's guard
Well,
dog with a little
this
bit of
is
like a
exactly-
temperamental streak.
Go ahead.
You
Minty.
say that there's a different lots
Oh,
of
there you go.
onions for different types of meals. I'm sorry to interrupt, guys. So there are 300, 400 types of onions probably, and they all have their purpose. Well, that's a perfect segue to go into Matt Wallace, or like they call him, Twet Wallace, and ProTheDoge, because they're
So
absolutely worst of the worst.
let's take a poll.
They're a
Which one's
bunch
your
of shit.
favorite, guys? My favorite.
What? Okay.
Obviously, this is sarcastic.
Yeah. No, but like he said about the onions, each one has its specific use case, I would say. Matt and Pro also have their role to play in this community, whether we like it or not.
Yep.
We hated that they chill their fucking shit coins and shit tokens and whatever the fuck, and we know they get paid and they don't disclose it, and we hate their guts for it. And they're lining their pockets with our money.
But
that's,
there's a but in there.
There's a but in there, and it's a
I
big
got a
but.
good joke.
A lot of people. Yeah, show me. Okay, first the joke.
Well, I say they took the money, but you got to remember Matt Wallace bought top on the real estate market.
Okay, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so if you just go back, step far away back, and just hover above it, and you can see the community, the Dogecoin community, even the crypto community is like the real life community, like the world. So we have good guys, we have bad guys, and all have their purpose. So if in our community we have these assholes selling shit coins and pump and dumping stuff on their followers, and it sucks for the people who get involved and who buy something at the top and then go bankrupt. But those are the cycles the market goes through. I'm not saying I'm not saying it's a good thing. They suck for doing it, but that's what gets the cycles going. And the cycle will attract new investors. The new investor will pump money into Doge. Doge price will go up. That's not important to me that price will go up, but it's important to me that you can see it's an organic system that needs balance. Like yin and yang, balance to the force. You get the good side, you get the Yeda, you get the dark side, you get the... I can't remember what the dark side is called, but you understand what I'm trying to say?
You know what they're inverse.
It's a little bit of an analogy. This is a little touchy, but like from a political standpoint, right? You've got Boris Johnson and you got Trump, right? There's people that hate, hate people's guts, hate your politician or whatever. But how many people say like, I got into politics at this moment, right? And that's the first time I ever started doing research, was because this person's inflammatory, whatever, or because everyone was talking about it. That's what got me at least doing my own research. And yeah, you do your own research when you start losing money. That's one thing. But how many people got into crypto in at least my own circle? It's a good like 50% of the people that were like, I started listening to Matt Wallace. Like I started in this space listening to the guy.
I'm one.
Sure.
But so he sucks. But of those 50%, how many are left?
I think a lot of them are still around. I think what happened was people got into the spaces and then they started doing their own due diligence instead of saying like, I'm just going to buy what someone tells me. And then they start doing their own, and then they see a community and that's their draw, and they stick around at that point. And then they're like, this is my community at that point.
That's a famous tweet. I think, how was the guy called? Not CZ from Binance, but the other one. Yes.
Well, I mean, if I just thought of it right now, it can't be a famous tweet. It's me. I'm that brilliant.
No. Okay, the tweet basically said, "So now is a perfect time for long-term hodlers to be made."
This is it.
What was it? The guy who shorted Doge on Saturday Night Live. Oh my god, I can't remember
Barry?
his fucking.
Barry
He's
Silbert.
a cunt. Yeah, Barry
Yeah.
fucking Silbert. Yeah, that fucking cunt. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Can I
Barry.
say cunt?
It's already NSFW. We've gone through.
Hi. Hi, Barry. Hi. This
Say
is
hi to my
awkward.
mother-in-law.
No, but this guy, yeah, he basically tweeted something like, "Yeah, this is the time long-term hodlers are made." During one of the famous dips. I can't remember which dip it was, but yeah, that's one of
This
the
dip.
famous
This
dips.
dip.
This dip
wait,
has been
wait.
going on for 9 months. I don't know what dip you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing next week.
Yeah,
Are we dipping?
this
Yeah,
is the
you know what? You know what's
this
funny?
is the
is I was gonna
400-year
meme-
French War dip.
Yeah, I was actually gonna meme. Everybody was memeing about the pump last week, and I just in DMs with Jimmy, and I said, I want to tell everybody it's going back down, but I'm probably gonna get hate for it. So I held off. I didn't even say anything. I just watched it all happen. So
Did we pump
He's,
last week? Missed it.
Yeah, we
we
pumped.
did. What?
Yeah, we pumped like 2
Unfortunately,
cents.
That's not important. One Doge, one Doge.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Dogecoin to the moon!
To the
It's crazy how
moon,
much like
freak
psychology
bitches.
goes into the price.
Pro, they're not the enemies that what's the saying? They're not the enemies we want, but they're probably the enemies that we need. Like they unify the community, everyone's together.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
a
perfect
good.
example.
Chill flu.
That's exactly what's, yeah, right.
It
Even
shows
I
and then-
think he did some good things. Awkward
I'm
silence.
not-
No, I really said it.
I'm
I
not
really said it. No. It's a famous the law of I can't remember the guy's name, but
Murphy's Law?
no, not Murphy. Fucking hell.
A clock
I'll
is
have
right
to
2 times a day?
tomorrow. I'll have to Google it tomorrow.
When in Rome.
When you get a group of internet people together, sooner or later Adolf Hitler will be mentioned.
Oh, for
that's
sure.
it.
You guys remember
That
when
already
Microsoft
Yeah,
tried to make
Even
that?
he did some good things.
Oh, great.
The Autobahn, it's his invention, right? So, gotta
Okay.
say, I love driving to the south of France in just 12 hours. So,
And you say thanks,
So
Hitler.
yeah, I knew this was NSFW.
Thanks,
I didn't
thanks,
think it was gonna get banned from YouTube. Um,
okay, keep going.
so
Just shut up now.
yeah, now I can't even remember what I was gonna say. All I know is Matt Wallace called Billy Hitler, and you just said Hitler was good. So, oh, you guys remember that? Do you guys remember that?
Did I say that?
I don't
didn't
know.
mean that.
No, I don't know. I
No, we
rounded
know
up.
what you meant.
Microsoft tried to make a bot for Twitter, and it was fed by AI. And like I think within like 15 minutes, it became like this neo-Nazi. It was like it
Yeah,
was straight out of
super racist.
4chan. It lasted like a
Yeah.
whole minute before it started slinging slanders.
Bro, AI is scary stuff, man.
Yeah. So speaking of
yeah.
AI, Minty,
Godwin's law. Godwin's law. Guys, sorry to interrupt. It's Godwin's law. Just Google
Godwin's
it.
law. Okay, got it.
Godwin bless the Autobahn.
Okay, continue.
So Minty, you've been getting into AI. You're into Dalle too?
Oh yeah, it's like a preemptive to get on the wave before it like completely takes away my job.
Right. I mean, you might as well get ahead. So you you DM'd me. What was the phrase you were saying? Eventually, there's going to be one employee, and they're going to be like manager of all creative direction AI. It's just going to be
Yeah.
one for the world.
And that's like a lot of typing for one man, but maybe dictation. But yeah, the way this is going, it's insane, man. Like where we're at now, you can generate like photorealistic stuff with like depth of field and like dictate the focal point and the specific type of like film that you want it to look like, and it spits out like 5 variations in 10 seconds. based on your typing input. It's fucking insane. Like where it is going. They're obviously doing like pictures now is like what they're showing off because it's like so pretty and easy to share and stuff. But they're doing video at the same time. They're doing music generation from scratch. They're doing literary. You're gonna be able to tell the fucking virtual assistant to give you 10 hours of whatever music you want, whatever genre you want. Tell it to design a new episode of The Simpsons based around like onions, and it'll go. Here we go. The creative field is going to get completely demolished like within the next 10 years.
Like I look at different things, different tools, right? They're all different. Like remember we were kind of saying the same thing when Pinata Farms came out. Remember that? It was like, everybody was just spamming pinatas, and it's like, there's a time and a place for everything, right? A meme, a GIF, a low effort meme, high effort meme, a pinata. Now there's Dalle, right? So I look at them all as like tools for a tool belt.
Yeah, but this is sort of like a car when everyone's on horses, you know? Like the best horse rider is gonna be fucking useless in this new world, you know what I'm saying?
So what you're saying is like the AI is gonna be more about the mind, right? So like it's basically about input, right? It's what you input to get your output.
But it's completely shifting skills. So like if someone's spending like 5 years in college learning about like illustration and like how light works and like building forms for anatomy or something, now it's someone that knows how to be very descriptive with like what they can imagine in their mind. So you can have like no like practical art skills, but you can like be very verbose with what you wanna paint with your typing. So
right.
like the skill shift is completely different now.
Yep.
It's good because it opens it up to people who aren't like practically artistic. Yeah.
I'm not. You wouldn't believe that. I wouldn't. I came into the community not knowing how to do a single thing with Photoshop.
That's great.
That was in June.
Yeah, but
your skills
Minty,
come
do you
along
really
great.
think that you're replaceable?
Absolutely not.
The human aspect? Because I don't think so.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like it's going to fall down the human aspect. So when you had like a department of like maybe 50 concept artists, you're going to have maybe like 3 guys with like maybe dividing labor amongst them. So maybe you give me a bunch of vehicles, you give me a bunch of like character designs. It's gonna really like thin out the creative market.
Yeah, that's what for storyboarding. It's interesting, basically.
Yeah, and also like concepting for like ad design, concepting for like landscaping. There's also like production design as well. You can like say give me sneakers, like low cut ankle sneakers in the style of like Oliver Cabell or like Common Projects or something, and make them have a rainbow with like a bunny tail on the back, and then get like 1,000 variations on that, and then like iterate on the ones you like, and that can be done in like 2 hours. Whereas before you'd be paying like thousands.
Free form like human creative aspect, like it's still only taking what is already out there, like what exists and what's been fed to it, right? It's not not true AI like what we all know. It's like engineered intelligence, right? Whatever they call it, real artificial, like the fake. I forget the other term for AI, the corrective one that everyone uses, but like there's only so much that you can do. That you can't feed it something that says this is completely unique from my brain. You can't replace that human creativity. It's only going to read until it has like true self-learning, which it can't today.
Yeah, but that got me thinking about like how we interpret things, because we're just remixing shit that we've seen already as well.
You know, it's funny you guys are talking about this because this is what I deal with for work, right? So I analyze risk, I analyze like workers' comp insurance, and there's predictive analytics, AI, all that stuff that we can pull from like data, but that data is going to give us numbers that don't always tell the right story. Does that make sense? So Yep. So there has to be a human element to that. So basically, my job is to analyze what's being thrown at me. What's the story? I talk to insurance agents and insureds, and I get their story, and then I measure that up basically up against what predictive analytics tells me, and then I see which story makes sense, and then that's what I move forward with. I either decline or move forward, right? And so it's funny hearing you guys talk about this because I deal with the same 50 40 60 50 50 60 40 ratio because there has to be a human element to almost anything. We don't even get that at McDonald's anymore in the drive-thru.
Yeah, I need a human to tell me the Blizzard machine's broken. I can't have a robot tell me that. It's just so dehumanizing.
Then I went to McDonald's this morning. They told me they were out of Coke. I was like, "Are you kidding me?
What?
How is what?"
You would order a Coke for breakfast. Someone who can't bite an onion. That's such a non-onion biting thing.
Right, I don't hate on the Coke for breakfast.
So Minty, you have a copy. Do you mind? Would you be down to create one together?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do it. All right, share your screen. I'm going to put it up on the podcast.
Okay, let me hide this chat.
This can be fun.
Okay, it tends to default towards like photorealistic if you don't like specify medium.
Okay.
But you can go nuts. You can be like subject, action, background, medium, like specific lighting. If you want like effects on top of it, if you want like abstract, anything pretty much.
Okay. So we can
spit out a sentence, Mr. Jimmy.
Well, let's come up with one together. So we're Doge centric. Can you you can't do a person, right? Is there something involving legality behind that?
There was previously regarding like realistic faces. They didn't want like anyone's to be like look like anyone, so you couldn't like ask for a specific person, and it will like recognize that and deny you results. And you can't upload a person's faces either for deepfake problems.
Sorry, did you say can't or
Cannot.
Oh, okay.
Can you is it smart enough to know like
He said cunt. He said cunt.
Yeah,
I can't do it. Can't do it, mate. Is there a limit as far as like internet niche stuff? Like, okay, so let me give you an example, right? Have you heard of I'm Sorry, John?
I have, but it rings a bell, but I can't remember. Is it something sad?
No, it's Garfield, but it's like Garfield had a baby
Garfield
with Cthulhu.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh,
and like everything is very disturbing.
I think you can like meter that out in like a concept and like describe that exactly in a concept, and we can probably get that.
Okay, so let's do Cthulhu, Matt Wallace eating a Doge or eating a Shiba Inu.
Okay, Cthulhu.
Just see
Matt Wallace,
what is it?
Person it would probably.
Oh, might not find it. Okay, do Cthulhu. Do Cthulhu influencer eating Doge.
Okay. Cthulhu.
I'm getting out of the bathroom again.
Influencer eating
Shiba Inu.
Shiba Inu. Yeah. This might spit out an error. It usually does some loading quickly. Yeah, let's try that again. That's just completely random.
Oh, I was like, okay.
That's just like an ad. This one.
That's a pretty good one.
He's not eating him, he's feeding him like some kind of green shit.
I mean, he could be fattening it up like the...
It's probably green.
Nom. This dog looks pretty stoked about being eaten.
Maybe it's, is that a little too violent or graphic? Like you said, there was limitations there, right?
Yeah, I don't think eating an animal counts as violence in this app, but yeah, there is a limit on violence and sexual stuff.
Try sacrificing.
Cthulhu influencer sacrificing.
Shiba Inu.
If you want a specific medium as well, we can oil painting, pastel, again. Fisheye lens from the 1994 on a skateboard.
You know, there's probably some person that's about to create a shit token using one of these images.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're making NFTs, so we're gonna be
Cthulhu ini, man.
rich
Yeah.
overnight. Clearly, this is so easy.
But yeah, this is like hours and hours of concepting, and like this thing spits it out in 10 seconds.
Oh no.
So this is.
I don't know what the hell. That's a hey.
Hey, it's an
It's an
Euj.
octopus.
That one on the left would make a great meme.
Mhm.
Look at the sacrifice circle drawn around him.
Yeah. What is the little black thing on the bottom there?
That is
I
from
think it's a Cthulhu. It's trying to be, I guess.
Quest for Glory.
I think it like interpreted that as Cthulhu. There's a little octopus man over there.
Dude, this is pretty amazing.
Bruh,
it really
haven't
is.
seen nothing yet. Check this shit out. Shiba Inu puppy.
Oh, no.
It's actually fat Shiba Inu puppy. Sitting in his onion patch, wearing a straw hat.
This is the one you made
No,
yesterday,
do it.
right?
Do a sultan onion hat.
Sultan onion hat.
Yeah, what do you call the onion hat from
Yeah.
Aladdin?
It's a sultan hat.
Turban.
No, it's a
It's not
sultan
really
hat.
a turban. Yeah,
Oh,
just do
sultan,
sultan
oh.
hat. Yeah,
Oh yeah, sultan. I thought you meant like salt and pepper kind of deal.
yeah, salt and
Wearing
pepper
a
hat.
sultan. Fat Shiba Inu puppy sitting in his onion patch wearing a sultan hat.
Okay.
Let's make him.
A turban.
Oh, we're gonna get a Buddha.
The ones he made yesterday were so cool, so crisp, so clean. Or was that
Yeah,
2
it-
days ago?
Yesterday I think, like you. These look
Well,
more
this is what
Mongolian.
this is what we call sultan hat from where I come from.
Wait. Let's see. Wearing an onion hat, maybe. But like, how crazy is that?
Yeah,
That's
it was cool.
amazing.
It's insane. That's absolutely crazy.
And the way this iterates as well, like all the architecture is ready. They just need to feed more like a data set. It's just some Sherlock Holmes shit.
That's
Those are
funny.
the rotten onions that Flick took a bite of.
Ugh. Guys, I can taste it. I can still taste it. I'm like trying to drink my beer. I'm worried that I'm gonna run out of beer on the show.
You'll taste it for days, man.
Yeah, days and days. Close up of a fat Shiba Inu puppy
Yeah, I actually hope it helps fix the problem.
sleeping.
Maybe I'll be able to eat onions moving forward on my burger because it won't be as much. You know what I mean?
Fish eye. So close up of a fat Shiba Inu puppy sleeping, studio lighting, backlit with a fisheye lens. Let's see if Dan is impressed with this one.
I love a fish islands.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, let's meme this. Please make a parental guardian explicit content album cover.
Oh. Let's see which is a good one. Something that's like completely innocent, but like warning, not for kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like an onion.
That one right there looks like a Nirvana cover.
Yeah. I'm sharing specifically this Chrome. So I'm going to open this up in Photoshop. Stop sharing and then open it up in Photoshop
Yep.
quick.
All right, sounds good. Let's make our live meme. And then yeah, how are you guys doing on time?
I've got
It's,
plenty.
I got plenty. I got all day.
Yeah, I bet you
I got all
guys
day.
do.
You know what's cool is this is like the original vision, like us like doing memes and like memers on the show and like making this very meme oriented. And I think we found the perfect balance.
All right, so Pixel, what's your take on that picture? What should Minty do?
Okay. So, I mean, that's a sleepy Shiba Inu. So that'll be... It's 9:30 in the UK and Jimmy's trying to ask you another question. When you've eaten too many onions and you get stomachache.
Since it's parental guardian restriction or whatever, what is it? Parental advisory. I don't remember. We got a big booty cheems, right? We've got a nice transparent you can throw in there.
Yeah. Let me just find some parental advisory on Google.
That's my favorite viral piece so far since I've entered the community, right? I love Pytha, right? I love the shades and stuff, but that big booty cheems, dude, that is so
It's
sweet.
grotesque.
That came about because I was like, Celeste makes the most funny shit. She like remixes stuff in such a funny way, and I'm like, how do I channel Celeste? How do I do something that Celeste would do? And I'm like, I'm just gonna put up.
So you type
Big old booty
Celeste
in.
You
in
nailed it.
Dalle.
I just put a big old booty on a Keems, and then I was like, yeah, this is like, what would Celeste do? It's like, what would Jesus do? I got that bracelet. What would Celeste do?
Dude, she is one of the best memers out there. Like, she's so quick too. Like, she's another one that could be up for the quickest because she's good.
Yeah, for sure.
She is next level. Like,
Yes, she
I
is.
think she's incredible.
100%. We're gonna have her on one day, and we'll it'll probably just be like a full on meme sesh.
What are we thinking for this? Yeah.
I can't think of a way to put big booty cheems in there without defiling this poor puppy.
Okay, let's see. I will.
Put the little
It's almost
Nirvana
great
kid,
as it
the
is.
little wiener from the Nirvana kid, just dangling from the middle.
Spencer Dong.
I think there's
Queen,
like
we're
a
out of
law
beer.
against doing that to small
Have
puppies.
him hugging the big booty cheems. So layer out his front paw and have him hugging the big booty cheems.
Literally, honestly, you just need the booty. Just the butt.
Yeah, just the butt.
Sleep. Just sleeping on the butt.
And you got to throw a thong on there because it's obviously
Always.
a hip hop album.
Can I
Here's
put
some
it in
titties.
the playlist?
Say again, radio. Like Rachel did some big old titties on her one. That was next level.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, word. Let's
Hey,
go.
Vector Tom.
This
I just
is,
love watching you guys do Photoshop on desktop because I do everything I do is on my phone. There isn't anything I do on my desktop other than like those long videos that I make.
Bro, I could
Yeah,
not.
Jimmy's been slowly trying to teach me this.
I could not use a phone. I would never be able to. How does the physics of this work?
I don't know.
It looks, I guess, like a diver. Red
Oh,
down.
so just so everybody knows, we lost Pixel possibly for a minute.
Oh yeah, his internet was looking pretty soupy.
Yeah.
He's a boomerang. He'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see how you're doing this. You're backdooring it.
Man, he is so much faster.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
he's.
Does that look like a
Gosh.
cheese?
It looks like a diaper. You got to do
Yeah.
something about that front end there.
Yeah. Okay, let's make this.
It's like he has a diaper on backwards, actually.
It's like one of them like Brazilian ones where like it just covers the slit, that kind of deal.
The what?
Yeah.
The slit.
Cunt.
Continued.
Did you say
This is-
can't? Or
This is to be continued.
Continued.
Your
Oh yeah,
Falcon
there we go.
cunt,
Let's
mate.
go for G-string.
I guess he has to contain the gunt on the front as well.
I like how it's like the zipper BDSM version that's just open at the bottom between the legs.
And we gotta match the lighting over here. Give it a bit of a shade there.
I kind of hate you for how easy you make this look.
Bruh, just have no social life.
Oh, easy.
Monkeypox will fix this.
Yes, that's true. And don't forget to wear your G-string for protection.
What do we want to do with him?
We're gonna put him. Let's put him behind his arms so he's like snuggling up. Maybe rotate him a little bit so those booty cheeks are kind of popping out. There we go.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
on the stream, whatever Minty's showing is actually not showing up on the
Oh,
screen.
thank you. Yeah, I stopped because shoot, yeah, everybody missed all that amazing work. Yeah,
It's all right. They'll get it. It's funny that this is where they cut in at.
Actually,
Spicy. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Gotta make it Paul. Yeah.
yeah. Let's get 3-dimensional up in this bitch. One of the big tricks with like photo bashing and stuff is just matching white balance and color balance as well. So like this element here is actually way more blue than the background. So what we do is we scale back the blues.
I love how you're like teaching me why you're doing it while you're doing it.
I only learned this shit like within the last few years as well. Because I would like manually like repaint over the whole thing instead of like trying to color match.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I find myself doing that on Procreate.
yeah,
Yeah,
I do replace color often.
one of the tricks is like when you just like compose a bunch of random things together, it's like put like a filter on the end so that it all sort of like gels, all the textures look the same. That's
Yeah,
like
I do that.
quick hack. Yeah.
Yep. So pretty much all my memes you see that I throw filters on them. Yep.
And that's just like a quick hack. But another one is I don't know if you don't have access to Photoshop, but what I do is I put like a film grain. So almost everything I make, you'll see I have a film grain on it. I'll show you how that works.
Who can? Oh, we got a live question.
Go for
that
it,
we need
Queen.
everybody's help with. Queen, let's go. We need you here.
Incoming live Q&A. So this question is from it's from DCNL. Who can say Dogecoin to the moon the best?
Dogecoin to the moon.
Oh my gosh.
Game over.
Was that
Who
Minty?
was that?
That had to have been Minty.
That was Dan, man.
Is this? Are we supposed to be
that was
mimicking
me.
Matt Wallace?
What?
Is this supposed to be a mimicking of
It's
Matt Wallace?
settled already. Oh my gosh. How did you have that locked and loaded?
I always do because I drink Coke is like the only liquid that I take in.
Oh, okay.
Let me see what I do. I'm gonna wait till my kid runs inside, and I'll have him do it.
I guess I will have to maybe do some manual.
Dude, what the fuck? Advanced skill set.
We definitely need to change the text on this as well.
Yeah.
It's like when Bay is tired, but you're horny or something like that.
You know how I would quote this? Oh, I got a phone call coming in, but I don't care. I'd quote, this is me trying to sleep at night. This is Queen saying, "Please rub my butt."
Oh. Live memeing is definitely the one to watch.
Another one
2022.
is some post effects that I do as well is throw on a gradient of everything from top to bottom. Set that to like a nice soft blend mode, like soft lights or something, and it just sort of puts like an atmospheric kind of.
Yeah, that does look good.
Makes it warm. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck
We're done
replacing
here.
this mofo, Dalle. Just walk away now while you're behind.
Bruh, next year
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking homeless.
Bro,
'Cause this pays
I've
the
got
bills.
spare room for you.
This pays the light bills, huh?
Yeah.
All right,
Not
let's
until
think of
we
a new
whispering
text.
something. Yeah.
What do you guys got?
I feel like Queen's gonna rock this.
When she's horny, but I'm sleepy.
When she's horny, but I just want to snuggle for the first time in 6 months. When she's horny, but it's the time of the month for the men.
This is
When you just want to spoon, but the ass is too big.
this is me. This is me sleeping, and I actually have dreams where I wake up talking about salty,
Oh
and
my!
Queen saying, "Go
Bruh.
back to sleep."
What a simp! That's the
bro.
name of the album. What a simp!
Yeah, for sure.
It's true though. Queen, tell him about that shit. Tell him about that one time.
How sexy was he on, like, you guys must have seen him.
Dude, it's different though. Like, so when he
That's
tweets,
a perfect. That's
he
perfect.
tweets, I'm waking up. So like, I look forward to it every day.
Let's see something. One sec.
Dude,
This
that's
is gonna go.
perfect.
This is gonna go. This is going a whole new direction. Oh, bye-bye.
Yo,
Hi, little fella.
Who's this little one, Ginny?
can we get her to take over the voice?
So the
Make her say, "Dogecoin to the moon. Dogecoin to the moon."
First word, Dogecoin.
Say Dogecoin to the moon.
Dogecoin to the moon. That's so fucking adorable.
If only everybody else could see this. Yeah, that's it. There we go. Hey, you know what's funny? I already have that made. I already have my own Ric Flair big booty teams, but I actually send a lot of my memes. I make them quick, and I send them over to Queen, and she'll touch them up for me.
Oh
This
my
is
gosh, this is amazing.
the hot release of Rick's new album.
Yes. You know his last match was last night. Did you know that? His last match was last night?
Yeah, I saw on Twitter. It was trending.
Yeah. That shit was funny, man.
Did he do well? Did he do okay?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention. Dude, you know what's funny? Is you guys were talking about like personas and like Doge. Who was that earlier? One of you guys was talking about that. I think it was Radio. Radio was like, I need a, because of the way he fell into Doge. I was like, yeah, me too, So it's like, what's something that kind of fits who I am from a personality standpoint? And I couldn't think of anything that was more memeable than the Ric Flair. And then that's when I met Glory Doge and some people, and then they photoshopped it for me, and then I learned how to Photoshop so I could do stuff with it, and then from there, everything that's evolved has been from people in the community doing stuff with my, like you're doing right now, or me doing it myself.
Yeah, it's good, man. Like the best way to learn is just to like fuck around.
Yeah.
Well, we captured the hairstyle, but next on the agenda.
You know, while you're making this, it's funny though, because what's interesting is when nobody was listening to me, like, you know, there were things that I was saying that most people were just like, fuck it, mute this SOB. Like, and they probably did, right? But I was going through some stuff on Twitter that a lot of people you see go through on Twitter in different fashions. But Salty knew what I was going through, and nobody really cared to listen. But Salty asked me, right, and talked to me. And it was funny. My first interactions was him saying, "I don't trust you," and I said, "I don't fucking trust you either." You know.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, and that's what it was, you know. And then it was like, you know what? I told him, I was like, you're going to learn to trust me, though, you know, because, you know, I'm not afraid to say it either, you know, but at the same time, I am, because there's more people involved now, and I don't want to hurt a bunch of people in the community. So there's a lot of things that I hold on that I haven't talked about that I do want to someday. So
I liken him to like a guard dog for Dogecoin. It was like a little bit of rabies.
Yeah. Bad dog.
Yep.
So like, he's loyal, but he will also fucking
He'll
take a
bite
bite
you.
out of your nuts if you look at him the wrong way.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we experienced a little bit of that this week. Jimmy, if you want to elaborate, that shit was funny.
What did I experience?
Just this weekend, just Salty, you know, with the whole Matt.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was like, he thought we sold out. I was like, no, hold on. We just want to ask some tough questions. He's like, you know what he's gonna do with that, right? He's gonna take it out of context and post whatever he wants, and only make himself look good. And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Good point. But he was looking out.
Yeah, he was looking out. It was good. It was good clarity.
Salty. You salty son of a bitch.
Yeah, the fact that the fucking, oh my god, the caption is still the same when she's horny, but you want to snuggle. It's Salty and suck a flick.
So I've been getting hammered this week, and that's what nobody realizes. Like, Ranch was hammering me last night about a paint job. You know, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, this house is gonna sell regardless. I ain't gonna paint that small strip of paint. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna make my money and I'm out. I gotta leave. I don't care. So, and I didn't do the painting, so. But I've been getting hammered all week. You know, shout out to Doge Ranch though too. Doge Ranch, he's a real sheep for sure.
Does he live local to you?
No, he's actually in the Ohio area, but I met Ranch when I first came into the community, and he's a funny dude. He's a straight shooter.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I always send him NFTs. When I do the free ones, he's like the first one that gets it, because he's stoked about them.
Yeah, yeah, he loves it. He loves your art. He loves you guys. You know, like he's, you know, he was one that, you know, when I was, I guess if you guys want to call it simping on Salty, he was one of the guys that was like, you know, what the hell, you know, because that's what happens when, you know, your Twitter connections are so deep or whatever, you know, you got so many relationships and people are like, what are you doing liking this post, or what are you doing retweeting this, you know? And it's like, but then all of a sudden, you know, just a simple miscommunication, and all of a sudden, you know, things are different. Now those guys are cool and DM, and, you know, it's amazing how your perspective changes the more you get to know somebody, right? And what they're actually battling versus what you hear they're battling.
You guys have a problem with like associating pictures with people and like giving them personality traits based on their picture?
What do you mean?
Like for me, Misha Bohr is like this venerable politician, statesman, Orson Welles guy, just based on having that picture.
Yeah.
So, but like he
I
could
look
be
at him
like,
different.
I'd look at it as a caricature.
yeah,
So yeah,
Yeah.
I see him that way too.
I'm afraid to meme him a little bit. You know, I got to be careful. Everybody's a
Yeah.
little bit different, right?
Orson
so you
Welles
try
gonna
to
slap you down, man.
Yeah, you try to meme based on different people's personalities. So like the way you talk about Misha is different than when I talk about Misha, because Misha's really, really like extremely calculated, right? He's very, very smart. And you know, Salty's no different, you know, but their approaches are just different, you know, because
Misha's actually one of the Euj Bois as well.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
He's one of ours.
He's one of us. He's also like the sweetest guy or lady. It could be either. That I know as well. He's so friendly and just kind. He's a nice dude.
Not that I'm scared to meme Salty, you know, but like Misha is just very specific. Like I don't want to overwhelm at the same time, you know, like you guys were talking about the humanization piece of Salty. It's cool that you think that, because it's true. Like the more you get to know him, the more you realize who he is, why he thinks the way he is, the way he does, right? And, so you're able to, I understand him more. I don't understand Misha on the level that I understand Salty. So I got to be careful with that, because I don't want to paint people in a bad light unless they ask for it.
Yeah. Also, like a lot of people aren't really personal. They're like keep to a specific mode of like output. And he's always like just putting out helpful stuff and.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want to damage that.
He's cool. So this is done.
Very...
This is the real one. This is the Rick one. This is the meme one.
Sick.
Yeah, monkeypox specifically.
It's a mood.
I'm glad that I was able to provide some context and backstory as to why, like, you know, like why Salty means differently to me than he does to you. You know, he means differently to everybody, you know. But the dude listened to me when nobody did, and that meant a lot.
Yeah, we love him.
What's back here?
Hey, Slick.
Yeah.
When did you start sending DMs to Salty?
That's a good question. It was probably in like the November, December, my account got banned. So I knew I was kind of getting attacked in some level. I didn't understand where it was happening from. But the more I just kind of just got to know, so I realized like, hey, I got to talk to somebody, you know. I actually opened that conversation with him, and then it just kind of evolved. I'd say it's probably around November, December. I may have DM'd him prior, because I do this every once in a while. I'll DM people like, hey, I appreciate what you're doing, your content. And I'll just like kind of drop in here and there. I did that kind of with Worker Bee a little bit, because I don't know him.
Know the community. That's the best way to get to know the community. Just talk to people.
Yep. And so that's where it happened. I'd say probably in November, December. What's funny is like I said, he knew a lot about what I was going through already. But he went through it. Billy went through it. A lot of people have gone through it at different points, and now we're kind of at the point where we can kind of centralize where it's coming from. And a lot of that's been some information that I've given Salty, and other people have given Salty, because he's trustworthy, man. I could literally give him my seed photos, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like he's earned that right, like publicly.
No, I know exactly what you say. Yeah, exactly what you say.
So people kind of forced me to that route, which I wouldn't take back for a second. I'll go through all the rigmarole and all the BS again, and I think Jimmy probably would too. But all it did was push us to this point, to where we're at right now, all together on this podcast. And all it did was push me closer to people that experience the same shit I did.
That's initially why I I agreed to come on the podcast because I think it really would help that other sheeps and specifically the new ones just see what the value of somebody like Salty is to the community. I think that's really important that they see it. Everybody sees the value of Misha and the value of Billy, but Salty, I don't know why, but is somehow underrated. I don't have that feeling because I've been talking to him for almost a year or maybe longer, but I feel that he is one of the new sheep should meet because, yeah, he keeps us safe.
He does.
He keeps us
He's
safe.
rubbing off. He's rubbing off, right? So you mentioned Salty, and I find it hard to not mention people like Rich Dev X, right? Or Repeat After V. These are other people that do the same thing, but everybody has different tactics, right? Everybody's kind of on different wavelengths, but you can tell people are communicating, and it's for the greater good, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But when you come out with a shit token or you try to tell me XYZ is actually ABC, well, we got problems, right? And it's people like Salty that trip that, right? There's layers to accountability, and you trip that Salty radar, and he's always ahead of the curve, and that's what's cool to me.
Get
Yeah, but
room.
that's just one job. That's just one job in the community. And Salty does a good job, but it's all our responsibility as a community to watch out and see when new members enter the space that we guide them towards the real sheeps. So this podcast is really it's important because if this gets a lot of followers, this is something Matt Wallace should have done with his following. He should have done the right thing, but no, he just sold out. So that's why this is important. Build something from the ground up. Make it big. Have a foundation. You can't build a house without a foundation. If you build a house on the moist ground and then it starts to rain in the winter and starts to snow, your house will just collapse. If you want to build a house, you have to dig trenches, you have to pour in the concrete, and then you start building the house. And that's exactly what we're doing right now with the AI community, but also with this podcast. Yep.
What you got for us, Pixel?
I'm Jim. Your podcast.
Oh, you're rugging.
Can you not hear me?
Now we do, yeah.
Where did you see your podcast going, Jimmy? What made you start this venture?
I've always wanted to do, something, for Doge. And I wanted to see myself contribute in some way. I don't do dev. Like, I actually do a little coding on the side, but it's not my strength, and I don't think I could learn blockchain code. And when NFTs first started popping off last year, I wanted to come up with some kind of concept for the community to hang out in something like a metaverse. And so I always had like some kind of vision, and I didn't know how to really execute it. But one of the things that Slick and I have talked about for a long time was like, what these spaces are that people are constantly joining. What are the strengths of that? Like, it's the ability to come together, just get to know one another in ways that you don't get in other communities and other environments. And it's a way that you don't get in DMs or group chats or whatever. It's just totally unique. And so we were thinking of, a podcast basically. And we've always wanted to do one. We just didn't know quite what the content would be, but we knew what the strengths of Doge would be, which is, the intimate connections we make with one another. Everybody has their own story. We like memes. We like Doge, and we like to talk. Some of us like to hear ourselves talk. So we just kind of ran with that, and it's always felt a little bit like a pipe dream. But once we got to the point where we kind of felt, for lack of a better term, a little bit more isolated in the community, where it's like, you don't feel like you have a fit in different sub communities, then it felt like, all right, um, I'll sum it up this way. CTO, my Doge CTO, he had this thread, and I offered a little bit of critique, and somehow that thread like kind of blew out of proportion. There was people like, oh, they're accusing him of having like 78 billion Doge or something, and they're looking at a Coinbase wallet, and it ended up being kind of funny. But like, people jumped in and after the fact, and they see this thread, and it kind of looks like, it's almost like I'm going out to say like, you're not allowed to have fun, because they have the Dogeverse and you can pay to post memes on there. And I was just offering a little bit of critique as far as what my personal experience was, which felt a little spammy from my own feed. But that's just me, But I said that, and someone was like, I feel like I'm not allowed to have fun anymore. And I was like, what I said to that person was, make your own fun. That's what I'm learning, is just make your own fun. If you want to have fun, make it. And that's kind of the vibe check I got. And so that's what we're doing. We're going to make our own fun. And if that means having you boys on and talking about this stuff and making live memes, it's dope. And I love the live memeing aspect. I love donating. I love giving away awards. I love giving away Doge more than I like receiving it. So to me, this is our way of doing that. And means, like I said, Slick and I have been talking about it for a long time, and we just decided, let's do it. Like, who cares what people think about this or that? Like, if we're having fun, we're having fun, and we're just going to keep doing it. And if it's right, people will want to hang out. And you guys are kind of the proof of that. You guys volunteered. So yeah, this is the most fun I ever had in the Dogecoin community.
Absolutely.
You received the message a couple of months ago, a month ago, about
we received the what?
A
couple of months ago?
The direct message that I sent you a few months ago, where I saw the podcast going.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? Or
yeah, we hear you. We received the
really
DM of where you see the podcast going.
Did you reference you DM Jimmy?
I did DM Jimmy. Very proud. I can read it out for you publicly if you want.
Sure, that's fine.
Go for it. Don't even worry about it.
We're an open book.
Yeah.
We are an open book. Let me find it.
Bum, bum, bum.
I'm still going through all this shit.
It's fine, dude. I'm watching Minty in the background. This is freaking amazing. This is exactly what we envisioned.
So talented.
Rick, don't leave us hanging, man. Come on.
I am reading.
So while Rick is reading, so Slick Rick.
Yeah.
Do you remember Sergeant Meme Machine or something like that?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. He was the first one who said hi to me in the community.
Yep.
It was the time when I went on Twitter and when I had my account started. He was one of the first guys of the community who reached out to me. He had the DogecoinRadio thing going, and I saw it go by on Twitter, and I said, "Yo, that's my handle, man. What are you doing?" And he just took me in, and I remember there was a crowd of maybe 7 or 8 person, but I remember you being one of them.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So when I learned how to meme, I didn't realize I'd get welcomed by so many people. Like, that was kind of really an overwhelming experience to me. Sergeant Doge reached out to me, and I got to know him a little bit more and kind of like his background. And then I kind of got brought into the meme div side of things. And I always saw that you obviously had another radio station I don't want to mention, or radio personality type thing, but then you had you, and then you had Sergeant Doge. And I'm like, well, why can't everybody just kind of work together and create some perfect perfect product,
It's awesome.
but I got brought in
Follow them.
there, and I always saw the like contention that would always go on between three people, and it may not seem like contention to a lot of people, but I saw kind of something happening or brewing. But Mean Machine has been a really pivotal part. If you actually want to talk about Mean Machine, the reason why we're here was the whole Doge broadcast. I don't know if you remember back in the fall when we were doing the Doge or no Doge and the Family Feud Doge edition and stuff like that. We were giving away, thousands of Doge to American Cancer Society and stuff. Well, Mean Machine and a lot of the meme div played a huge part in that. But I know he's got his own life and his own personal life, and I think he was just taking a break. So I just don't know where he's at right now. I haven't talked to him in a long time.
I think he'll be back. He's a good guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I believe in him.
He cares too. He really cares too, and that's what. There's a lot of people that are misunderstood in the community, and hopefully this podcast can change that.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I will say, like, there's a lot of people we can get to know in and out, and I think that's good. I think everybody deserves their fair shake. At the same time, I've learned that you can get to know quite a few people and start to see other sides of people that are not really worth the time of day, and it's a hard thing to learn the hard way. And so, I would say there's plenty of people who are very welcoming, and that's great, but there are dangers of getting a little too comfortable with different folks. And so I think the goal of this podcast is just get to know people where we can and avoid the other stuff. Because what I've learned is obviously DMs are the devil. And group chats are the devil a lot of the times.
But they're better.
Until lately, yeah. I love the ones I'm in now.
Yeah. But, at the same time, it's like you just never know. We're a community of millions of people, and if you just take your own family, like how many family members come off as totally normal, and then you're the one that's like, I know you for who you really are, and you can get away. Like I've said this before to other people, is like you can be married to someone for 7 years before you find out they murdered somebody. Like you can really get to know someone before you find out how weird we all are. But if we have a medium that allows us to just talk about what's important and not get into that side of stuff and focus on the currency itself, which is it's non-discriminate, it's indiscriminate, I should say. And it's like it doesn't care about your life, your political affiliations, your history, your previous tweets. Like it doesn't care about any of that stuff.
Or your time zone, baby.
Or your time zone.
I want to go to England and spend my Doge. It's the same as it is here.
Yeah. So
time zone exist.
Yeah.
You know that.
There is a burger place in Camden Town in London that takes Dogecoin.
Camden Town.
That's cool.
We have a pizza restaurant that I introduced to Doge, only 2 miles away from me, that accepts Dogecoin. They accepted Bitcoin, but they weren't invested in Dogecoin whatsoever. But now they are, and we're going to go as a group of Shibes that have invested in Dogecoin and go spend our money there. So very, very soon, I'll report back.
It'd be cool to see you guys all get a photo at that same spot. Like y'all meet up there. You know what I mean? Like, what you guys all thought about that? Like, what's that look like? Like, you three all meeting up at the same spot. Like, where would you guys want to meet up? Like,
I mean, it won't be the Belgians and the Netherlands good folk. It'll be just some local dudes that have all invested. But yeah, it's gonna happen.
I mean, we could if you go to Amsterdam.
Excuse me, that's not.
Invited.
I'm coming. I'm coming to the Italian place to order myself a pizza. Dan, I mean, come on.
Dude, it'll never be as good as your homemade pizza.
So what are we working on now? We've got the onion here with the tramp stamp.
I think it's a good image to sign off with. I think.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
I think so too.
All right. Well, I had a blast with you guys. Did you guys have fun?
Likewise. Hell yeah.
Wait,
Nice.
we spent 2 hours and 20 minutes on this shit? Oh my god.
So, we've got a space. I can hang out for like 15 minutes. But if you're able to, anyone who's listening, go follow at @real_Shibes. And, we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep getting to know people. We're going on a huge tour. I do want to shout out some huge girls. We got Rach, we got R&B, we got Kayla. There's some gals here in the U.S. who went out of their way to chomp on an onion.
Queen Celeste.
And yep, Queen Celeste. Yep.
Don't forget Deepak.
And Deepak, the homeboy. Well, Deepak is getting his own episode soon here with some more Euj Boys. We're gonna have another one, so we gotta get some puppets ready for them. We're super excited, but for now, we're gonna head over to the space and do kind of an after show hangout. And for everybody listening, take some time to follow at @WowSuchCurrency, all one word. At Doge_radio, and forget that other Minty guy. We don't need to pump him. No, but if you like these memes, at _MintyDoge. These are our guests today. Give them a follow. Obviously, fun content. We had a blast. Thanks for watching us bite an onion, and thanks Slick for puking on screen.
That was fucking amazing.
Was.
That was awesome.
But yeah, thanks for taking the time, guys. I mean, this was a blast. It was awesome getting to know you guys and getting to know your perspective of the community and how you got in. Any last words from you, homies?
Yeah. Yes, actually, I do.
Remember,
He does.
remember, not your keys, not your crypto.
Not your keys, not your crypto.
That's a smart young boy.
Cool.
Not your keys sounds like nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese. Nacho cheese, nacho queso.
Yeah.
So we're gonna hop into that space and hang out for a little bit of aftermath if you guys want to unwind there. But yeah, so if you're down, join us. If not, thanks for hanging out.
Thank you, Jimmy and Rick, for hosting.
Thank you guys. Seriously, it's been a lot of fun. We got to do it again.
This is super
For
fun.
hosting whatever this was.
Yeah, just a fucking onion festival.
It was beautiful for whatever that means. I'm quite drunk actually.
Yeah,
Nice.
I went through a switchback.
Same.
Right. This screen is definitely blurred, and yeah, I think I've been talking bollocks for some time.
Seeing double onions. Oy.
But yeah, thanks, Jimmy and Rick. This was really fun.
Yeah,
Thanks.
dude, I had
Yeah,
a blast. So seriously, let's do this again for sure. Let's
Right.
do another one.
All right.
All right. Bye. Good night.
Until then,
Good
we'll
night,
see you guys
Minty.
all next time. Thanks for hanging out, everyone.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Peace.
Yeah, good night. Good moon.